How to censor free speech, a step-by-step playbook used by power-hungry tyrants and NPCs alike. Censorship. It's been going buck wild lately. You can't turn your head without someone getting cancelled, deplatformed, or just forced to self-silence, simply due to the fact that a small group of very vocal people disagree with what someone says, labeling it hate speech or misinformation in an attempt to silence meaningful debate or alternate perspectives on a certain topic. Turns out, the media uses a very predictable and repeatable censorship model with 3 clear steps. And trust me, once you learn about this, you're gonna be seeing it everywhere and hopefully break free of the mental cancer of cancel culture. Man, it would be so ironic if this video gets restricted, which it very well might, so feel free to share it if you stand for free speech. This is the censorship model that has 3 steps to it: criticize, minimize and attack, and finally, censor. Stage 1, criticize. The media first paints an alternate view held by someone in a negative light, calling it dangerous to discuss or just plain saying it sucks to discredit the information. Fortunately for open-minded people like yourself, this step has had quite the opposite effect lately. I don't know about you, but when I hear about something with a lot of controversy behind it, I'm kind of more down to watch it. Take for example the controversial show on Netflix, Ancient Apocalypse, which is widely targeted by censorship for discussing alternate history. You can either agree with the theories presented or disagree with them, the basis of free speech. Either way, they're interesting theories worth talking about and open up your mind to out-of-the-box thinking. But believing any of these alternate theories as the absolute truth is just as foolish as calling them misinformation. Now, for some reason, media platforms feel the need to censor ideas that are different from what's being taught in academia or being accepted as truth in the mainstream. Stage 1 starts when criticism of the content, in this case Ancient Apocalypse, begins to flare up in the media. It was called the most dangerous show on Netflix because thought-provoking discussion, regardless of whether it's inherently true or not, is dangerous. Should we then label university philosophy courses as dangerous for discussing topics like metaphysics, which are by definition abstract theory with no basis in reality? Of course not. It just opens our minds to alternate perspectives of reality. And to smart people like you, calling something dangerous just doesn't work, so they gotta ramp it up. Which is why they need to go to stage 2, minimize and attack. Basically a backdoor ad hominem attack against the viewers, which is attacking the person rather than the argument itself, where the narrative is put into place that if you like this content, then you are a bad, crazy, heartless person and you should not be accepted into society. The popular buzzword of misinformation is commonly used as an attack on any alternate theory that isn't pushed by mainstream news or academics, like the interesting type of content you find on social media apps like this one. Even though these alternate theories shouldn't be taken as absolute truths, just different perspectives with compelling evidence. And when the viewers of that content are minimized enough that the media now has support from virtue signalers that shame the viewers for liking that alternate content, they escalate into the second part of stage 2, attack, in which they attach an emotional argument to it that really villainizes anyone who enjoys the content they're trying to censor, finding creative ways to call it racist, bigoted, sexist, misogynistic, insert here phobic, just like they did with Ancient Apocalypse, literally calling it racist and somehow based in white colonialism. Now, if you have a brain and can think for yourself, you can watch content like this and enjoy it as interesting ideas that tickle the brain. It doesn't imply that you think these alternate theories are 100% true, and if you do, you're no different than the censorship mafia. But you can easily see there's nothing racist or dangerous about it at all. But as soon as people hear triggering emotional attack words like these, they rally behind it and support the views stated by the media, getting vocal about it, virtue shaming people who disagree with them, as they themselves want to disassociate with this minimalized fringe group. This creates a 1-2 punch. Media condemns the content, and mindless people-pleasing drones are sorta checkmated to supporting the condemnation. And those that believe there's some validity in exploring and discussing the alternate theories are forced into silence, no matter how ridiculous the attacking claims are, like being called racist for stating that canoes built over 1500 years ago were probably kinda rickety. And the media doesn't even have to get involved anymore. Seeing this happen in the news so often has turned regular people into thought police who feel the need to tell people what is and isn't okay to talk about. And then finally we have stage 3, censor. A call to action for either the people to boycott the content, stop consuming it, or the publisher of the content to forcefully remove it, getting banned. So tell me, why should open-minded content that provides alternate theories of reality and inspires independent thinking be removed from society? A lot of undercover tyrants leading countries use this method to mold their citizens to all think a certain way for their own benefit. Criticize opposing views to gain traction for your own cause. Minimize and attack anyone that supports those views with emotional arguments. Then once you have enough drones on your side, you censor it and the content has been cancelled. Luckily, shows like Ancient Apocalypse, which I really enjoyed, haven't been fully censored yet, but they tried hard and we've seen many things in recent memory that have gone the distance, likely scaring away future producers of such content from ever making it in the first place. In which case, if the masses aren't able to see through the matrix of this censorship playbook, we're going to be seeing less and less of these interesting topics in the years to come. So you can either invite discussion and agree or even disagree with these alternate theories, or just be a mindless cog in the system that tries to deplatform them. Choice is yours. Man, it sure would be crazy if all the media in the world was owned and controlled by just a handful of people, or even just one person.